Have you ever talked to somebody that left a good impression with you? Have you ever had the feeling that when you've talked to someone, you felt great and you felt valued? May I just say, everybody, it's another new week, and for this week, we're going to talk about ways to be an effective conversationalist. I'm going to share with you tips on how to create that kind of feeling. Number one, show real interest. When you're talking to someone, make sure that you make eye contact. You also have to wait for them to respond every time you ask a question. Don't cut them off and make sure that they can express themselves, however long their answers would be. The second would be something that I've learned through the years, and it is using the magic words, tell me. So normally, when a person comes to me and they find it awkward to start the conversation, I started with, tell me. Ask elaborate questions. Avoid questions that can be answered by a simple yes or no. Voice out what their thoughts are, and you could get the answers coming from what they're gonna tell you. The third tip is to use the person's name. One of the most beautiful sound a person can hear would be their name. And using their name makes it a personal discussion to them. So the third tip, use the person's name. The next tip would be agree heartily and disagree softly. Normally, we tend to forget, and what we do is that when we disagree, we raise our voice to stress out a point. But a good conversationalist agrees heartily and enthusiastically and disagrees softly. If you want to stress a point, say it politely and make sure that your message comes across. Do not use strong words to put that message to the other person. Communication is vital, and it's important that you don't start it with a heavy heart or with a rude compliment. Talk less and listen more is another example that you do not need to interrupt the person when they're talking. So respect begets respect. So those are the steps on how to be a great conversationalist. And hopefully, if you have other tips that you could share, please do not hesitate to comment it on the section below. Let us know how you do it, and let's share the best practices so that we could learn from each other. So thank you so much for listening, and I hope you got a wonderful idea on how you could be a great conversationalist. And as I always say, have a blessed week and Gratitude Tuesday!